Hello everybody, welcome back to JOECMDRAWZ. Been a while since my last video, but I'm back now. So I wanted to come back again with another Mega Evolution, this time Mega Crobat. So I know that there are other popular Pokemon, such as Garchomp, that have gotten a Mega Evolution, and you might think, oh, well, Crobat might not need one, but like I said, other Pokemon like Lucario, Garchomp, and Gardevoir already have Mega Evolutions, and I really wanted to give Crobat one because despite loving Crobat to death, I don't really use it very often. I've never really used it very often, so I wanted to give it a little bit more of a um, highlight here. So as you can see, I just did a really basic Crobat sketch here to start with. Not really too great, and I quickly moved on to the next one here, which is a different kind of like take on it. I wanted to go more vampiric for this version of Mega Crobat. So I was trying to think of different elements that would make it a little bit more vampiric, give it a different design on its wings, make them quite large, and give it the kind of Bram Stoker's Dracula kind of widow's peak haircut here, with open eyes to make it a little bit creepier and giant fangs here. I did also in this sketch took up its secondary wings to kind of like make kind of like the when vampires are like laid in their coffin and they kind of like cross their arms. I tried to think of it that way, but it didn't look that great. It's still okay, but I knew I could do better. So in this next one here, which looks absolutely awesome, I think anyway, where I've added its secondary wings back in, which adds into Crobat's actual look and makes it look a little bit more like Crobat, but still keeping those other elements as in the haircut and the fangs and the eyes. But also I added in like these little like flying minions because I imagine it's like this leader of this giant colony of zubats, golbats, and crobats that it would command ultimate authority over. So it's kind of like basically the Dracula of this kind of like group. But I like that one. Yeah, so I tried. Well, what else can I do? Um, I also did this one, which just defines these guys a little bit more. Not really too much else to say about this one. Um, as you can see, there's like a little red down here in the corner that I just kind of like put to black and made a silhouette out of, just to show how large Mega Crobat is. It's absolutely huge. But then I quickly moved into a color version here, which I really, really like. Um, I also give it this fur collar here, which is actually significant of real life bats, as they have these kind of like fur collars that they have, which keeps them warmer, I suppose. And I thought I'd actually add in some actual bat anatomy into Mega Crobat to make it change up its design a little bit, like I always say, but also keep the spirit of the original Pokemon design. Because I don't want to change it too much where it's not actually recognizable, but I wanted to keep it sort of the same way you can say, oh, well, that's that Pokemon, but it's just changed slightly differently. But I really like the colors on this one. I think I did do a bit of like different color variations, but they weren't really that great. Um, but here's the final illustration of Mega Crobat. As you can see, it's got some shading, got some highlights, and it's got like this red glow around its eyes. So due to its vampiric hypnotic gaze, they would have. I said did the shiny version, which is here, which I really like. It's not much of a color difference, but it does look really really cool. Lots of desaturated colors. I also added like these like little bits at the tips of the ears just to add a little bit more detail in there. Um, Lots of desaturated colors, just to give off that kind of spooky vampiric vibe. It's got a little bit of color in its wings. It's got some color in its fur coat here. It looks purpley pink, but that's just because of the shading. It's actually just kind of like grayish white. Um, and it's obviously its body's like this grayish pink color as well, um, which I really really like. And you can see the fur coat actually comes all the way around here. Um, so I really really like both of these. And it's now moving on to its abilities. There's two or three abilities it could have. One is called glamoring. Now, glamoring is actually taken from the real life ability of vampires, or I guess you could say vampires in fiction, which is their ability is glamoring, which is akin to kind of like mind control. So I wanted to give Mega Crobat some sort of like mind control ability that it would have, and I came up with glamoring, which is when Mega Crobat is hit with a physical type move, it will activate glamoring, forcing the opponent to hurt themselves in confusion and that is guaranteed for 3 to 5 turns, keeping Mega Crobat on the field even longer. You know, because Crobat isn't exactly the most defensive type mon. It's more of a sweeper, and it's more of a kind of like doing as much damage as possible as you can. Um, so that's glamoring. Let me know what you think about that. Then there's Life Force, which is a kind of like a HP stealing ability where if Mega Crobat is hit with a physical type move again, it will steal 1/5 of the opponent's HP every turn, therefore again keeping itself on the field even longer. Again, kind of like making it a little bit more viable. And then its third hidden ability is just corrosion, you know, due to it actually losing its flying typing and becoming a poison dark typing, which I think is a little bit more fitting for its vampiric kind of like form there. But yeah, let me read you the Pokedex entry for Mega Crobat. Mega Crobat, the vampiric Pokemon. After undergoing Mega Evolution, Crobat has taken on a more vampiric appearance, sprouting large fangs, a fur collar, and gigantic wings. It commands a colony of 500 to 1,000 members of zubats, golbats, and other crobats. It establishes ultimate authority over the cauldron. As such, if Mega Crobat's health is low, it will steal the life force of other Pokemon to extend its own life, and or take it from its minions as it views them as expendable. So it's kind of like a bully here. It's kind of like a kind of the big dad of the group. I also had an idea for another Pokedex entry where a lot of hikers would go missing in stuff like Mount Moon, Victory Road, and some cases in Kanto, other cases in Kanto and in Johto and Hoenn. Just kind of like dot them around, meaning that it's kind of like taking again a little bit more of a vampiric approach to its Mega Evolution and kind of like mind controlling or taking people to do God knows whatever it does with them in its caves. I also thought about it having a massive rivalry with Woobat and Swoobats. Again, kind of like that, and it obviously launching massive scale attacks to kind of like attack them and take their territory. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think of Mega Crobat, what kind of abilities you would give it, whether you like the design, whether you didn't. Um, I really like this. I've been down for a past couple of days. I don't know whether it's just because of like the lockdown in the UK or whether it's just because the whole stuff's going down. I don't know, but it feels really nice to actually have an idea and then kind of like execute on it and feel really good about it. Um, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know what to draw or can't draw or it doesn't feel right, which is what the case with me for the past couple of days. So my advice, if you're feeling like that, what you can do is just step away from it. Take a break, go play a different game, go play like something else, go outside, go for a walk, play with your dog, do anything else just to try and take your mind off it, have a little bit of a rest and you'll feel much better, I guarantee it. Um, this whole idea spurred on anyway from me playing another Pokemon Emerald run through. I love Emerald. It's one of my favorite Pokemon games. It was my first Pokemon game, and I really like it. I love that generation. I love a lot of my favorites come from that generation. And like I said, Crobat is one of my favorite ones, but I don't really tend to use it very often. And I did a flying type only team run through. It's not finished yet, but it forced me to kind of use Pokemon that I never would actually use before, or that I've never used very often, such as Altaria, Pelipper, and Crobat. So I was like, I really like using Crobat. So I wanted to give it a Mega Evolution as I feel like it deserves it. It's a popular enough Pokemon where I think it should have deserved one, and I think it should have gotten something akin to this, leaning right into the vampiric side. I tried to take a lot of inspiration from traditional vampire lore, such as their ability of glamoring, mind control, life stealing, hypnotic gazes, and obviously taking stuff from fiction as well, like well, I guess it's all fiction, but you know what I mean, like Bram Stoker's Dracula with its widow's peak haircut there, and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey there, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my work around. I'll see you next time.